Have you ever found yourself forgetting a name, misplacing your keys, or feeling just a little slower getting up from your favorite chair? Maybe you've noticed those quiet moments when your legs feel weaker or when sleep seems harder to come by. It's easy to think these changes are just part of getting older, something we all have to accept. But what if I told you it's not really just age causing these struggles? What if there were simple daily habits that could help you stay sharper, stronger, and more connected than you thought possible? Many of us overlook how much these little signs, like memory slips or occasional fatigue, can quietly affect our quality of life. They might seem small at first, but over time, they add up. That's why today's video is so important. We're going to explore 7 easy-to-follow habits designed specifically for seniors that support your brain health, keep your body moving, and help you stay close to the people who matter most. Stick around until the end, because I'll share the single most powerful habit that can truly make a difference in your day-to-day life. Let's take this journey together, one simple step at a time. If you are not subscribed, subscribe and activate the notification bell so you don't miss any videos. If you like the topic of this video, please comment 1. If you don't, please comment 0 to let me know how I can improve and make better videos for you. Now, let's begin. Habit 1. Start your day with gentle movement, walking, stretching, or yoga. There's something about early mornings in retirement that feels both peaceful and daunting. Maybe you wake to soft sunlight spilling across your room or the gentle tick of the wall clock in a quiet house. For many older adults, mornings can bring a mix of comfort and uncertainty. You might find yourself lying in bed a bit longer, your body stiff, joints reluctant, wondering if you need to get up so soon. Perhaps your legs feel heavy, or you notice your balance isn't quite what it used to be. If you're like many Americans over 65, you may have chalked this up to simply getting older, a slow trade-off for years of hard work, raising families, and keeping busy. But here's the truth. You're not alone in these moments. That feeling of being a little slower, or the quiet ache in your knees and hips, is incredibly common. Yet so many people accept it as unavoidable, a normal part of aging that can't be changed. It's easy to tell yourself, well, this is just how it is now. I'll take it slow, maybe skip my walk today. Maybe you even think moving less is safer, are afraid of falls, or are tired. And while caution is important, what if I told you that gentle movement every morning could help you feel stronger and steadier? What if the key to brighter days and better energy was, in fact, something as simple as moving your body, just a little, each day? Let's flip that assumption on its head for a moment. So many of us believe that slowing down is what protects us as we age. We might think, if I just take it easy, I won't get hurt. But research and real-life stories show the opposite. Gentle movement can protect your independence, keep your mind sharp, and even lower your risk of falls and injuries. Surprising, isn't it? The less we move, the more our muscles weaken, our balance slips, and our confidence fades. Our bodies are built to move, even as the years go by. Science tells us that light exercise, like a slow walk around the block, some easy stretches in the living room, or chair yoga in the sun, does more than just loosen stiff joints. It boosts blood flow to the brain, delivering oxygen and nutrients that support memory and concentration. Gentle movement wakes up the muscles, improving flexibility and strength, which helps you get out of bed, climb stairs, and do the things you love. And here's something even more powerful. Regular morning movement can also lift your mood, ease feelings of anxiety, and even help you sleep better at night. You don't need fancy equipment, expensive classes, or to run marathons. This isn't about pushing yourself to exhaustion. It's about moving in a way that feels good and sustainable. Imagine starting your morning with a few easy stretches, raising your arms overhead, rolling your shoulders, and gently twisting side to side. Or maybe you put on a light jacket and walk outside, breathing in the fresh morning air, noticing how the world wakes up around you. Even just 10 or 15 minutes can make a world of difference. Some people find joy in gentle yoga routines, either from a video on TV or with a local group at the community center. For others, it's about putting on your favorite music and dancing a little in your kitchen while you make coffee. Here's a practical way to try it. As soon as you wake up, sit on the edge of your bed. Take 3 slow, deep breaths, letting your chest and belly rise and fall. Then, gently circle your ankles and wrists, loosen your neck with a slow side-to-side movement, and stand up with your feet hip-width apart. Reach your arms up, stretch toward the ceiling, then let your arms hang down. Try a few gentle squats, holding onto the bed for support if you need it. If you're able, take a stroll through your home, down the hallway, or out to the porch to say good morning to the day. Let movement become as natural and enjoyable as that first cup of coffee. Let me share a story about Edna, a retired librarian from Michigan. For years, Edna struggled with morning stiffness and was nervous about walking outside alone. She missed being able to work in her garden and felt frustrated that her legs just wouldn't cooperate. After a gentle nudge from her granddaughter, Edna decided to try simple stretches every morning. Just 5 minutes to start. She gradually added a slow walk to the mailbox and back. Within a few weeks, she noticed her legs felt stronger, her balance steadier, and most importantly, she felt more confident. Eventually, Edna even joined a local chair yoga group. Not only did her physical health improve, but she made new friends and found joy in little daily routines she once took for granted. Maybe you see a bit of yourself in Edna's story. Maybe you're ready to see what a little gentle movement could do for your mornings. The beauty of this habit is that it meets you where you are, no matter your fitness level or health challenges. The first steps may feel small, but each one is a powerful investment in your freedom, your energy, and your happiness. So today, I encourage you to try it. Set an intention to move each morning. Stretch, walk, dance, or simply breathe and stand tall. Celebrate every little victory, whether it's an extra minute walking or an easier time getting up from your chair. Remember, movement is not about chasing youth. It's about honoring your body and staying engaged in the life you love. You deserve to feel strong and steady, and it's never too late to start. Let's take that first step together, one gentle morning at a time. Habit 2. Eat a balanced, nutrient-rich diet. If you close your eyes and think about the meals you grew up with, what comes to mind? Maybe you remember the smell of bacon and eggs on a Sunday morning, or your mom's pot roast simmering for hours, filling the house with warmth. Food has always been a centerpiece of American family life. Celebrations, comfort, and even quiet evenings alone. But as we age, our relationship with food sometimes changes. Maybe you don't have the same appetite you once did, or your favorite foods just don't sit as well anymore. Perhaps you find yourself reaching for something quick and easy, like toast or canned soup, instead of cooking a full meal. It might seem harmless to skip a salad or swap lunch for crackers and cheese, but these small choices, day after day, can quietly shape our health, energy, and even our memory. Many seniors believe that a smaller appetite or a bit of weight loss is simply part of growing older. I just don't need as much food now, you might tell yourself. Or maybe you think, a little ice cream for dinner can't hurt. After all, I've earned it. But here's a question worth pondering. What if those subtle changes in eating habits are stealing your strength, clouding your mind, or even raising your risk for illness? Science shows that as we age, our bodies need more of the right nutrients, not less. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 1 below to let me know that you are still here with me. It's a common misconception that eating less or choosing comfort foods will keep things simple or safe. But studies reveal that nutrient deficiencies, especially in protein, vitamins, and healthy fats, can speed up muscle loss, weaken your bones, slow down healing, and leave you feeling tired or foggy. Your body is like a classic car. It may need a little extra care to run smoothly, but give it the right fuel, and it can go for miles and miles. Let's break it down simply. As we get older, our bodies absorb nutrients less efficiently. We lose muscle more easily, and our immune systems may slow down. This is why what you put on your plate matters more than ever. A balanced, nutrient-rich diet isn't about strict rules or denying yourself treats. It's about making every bite count. Foods like leafy greens, berries, sweet potatoes, salmon, walnuts, whole grains, and beans are packed with vitamins and minerals that help protect your heart, sharpen your memory, and support your joints. Protein, found in eggs, chicken, fish, Greek yogurt, or tofu, is essential for keeping your muscles strong and steady. Calcium and vitamin D keep your bones healthy and help prevent falls. Omega-3s from fish or walnuts support brain health and can even boost your mood. Now, this doesn't mean you have to give up the foods you love or spend all day in the kitchen. Small changes can make a big difference. Try adding a handful of spinach to your eggs in the morning or tossing some berries on your oatmeal. Swap white bread for whole grain. Keep nuts or cut-up veggies on hand for easy snacks. Instead of skipping meals, aim for 3 balanced meals a day, even if they're lighter. If you struggle with appetite, eating with a friend or listening to your favorite music can make mealtime more enjoyable. And don't forget to drink water throughout the day. Sometimes thirst can hide as hunger or fatigue. Let me tell you about Frank, a retired firefighter from Ohio. After his wife passed away, Frank lost interest in cooking. He'd eat crackers for lunch and a bowl of cereal for dinner. Gradually, he found himself feeling weak, his memory slipping, and he caught every cold that came around. One day, his daughter came to visit and noticed he was struggling. She suggested they plan simple, balanced meals together: omelets with vegetables, homemade chicken soup, and salmon with sweet potatoes. They started cooking together twice a week, and Frank set up a small table by the window to enjoy his meals in the sunlight. Within a few weeks, Frank felt more energetic and noticed he was sleeping better at night. His doctor even commented that his blood pressure and cholesterol had improved. Frank's story is not unusual. Many seniors feel overwhelmed by cooking for one or struggle with changes in taste or appetite. But some solutions work for almost everyone. Try preparing larger batches of healthy meals and freezing portions for later. Use spices and herbs to boost flavor if the food seems bland. If grocery shopping is tough, look for delivery services or ask a neighbor or family member for help. Community centers and local churches often host senior meals, which are a wonderful way to eat well and socialize. And remember, eating well isn't about perfection. It's about giving your body what it needs to keep doing the things you love, whether that's gardening, traveling, playing with your grandkids, or simply feeling your best each day. Even small steps, like adding a salad to dinner or swapping soda for water, are steps in the right direction. So today, I encourage you to look at your plate with fresh eyes. Ask yourself, is this meal nourishing my body and mind? Try out a new recipe, invite a friend for lunch, or even treat yourself to a farmer's market visit. Every meal is a chance to care for yourself, to honor your past and invest in your future. You deserve to feel strong, clear-minded, and full of life at any age. Remember, it's never too late to start eating well. Your best years can still be ahead, one balanced meal at a time. Habit 3. Keep your mind active and curious. Have you ever found yourself standing in a room, only to forget why you walked in? Maybe you misplace your reading glasses for the 3rd time that day, or stumble over someone's name even though you've known them for years. These little lapses are so common as we age that it's easy to shrug them off. That's just what happens when you get older, you might say, perhaps with a chuckle or a sigh. In truth, moments like these can bring a quiet worry. Is my mind slipping? Will it get worse? Am I losing a part of who I am? You're not alone in these concerns. Millions of older Americans share the same quiet anxiety about memory and mental sharpness. But what if I told you those little forgetful moments don't have to be your new normal? What if, instead of slowly fading, your mind could stay bright, curious, and alive, just by giving it the same kind of regular care you give your body? We often think mental decline is just an unavoidable part of aging, like gray hair or wrinkles. But that's not the whole story. Science is revealing something far more hopeful. The brain is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger and more flexible it can remain, even into your 80s and 90s. Changes in the brain indeed happen with age, but losing your spark isn't inevitable. Curiosity and mental activity may be among the most important vitamins for a long, fulfilling life. How does this work? Each time you learn something new, solve a puzzle, or have an engaging conversation, your brain creates new connections between its cells. This neuroplasticity is your mind's ability to adapt, grow, and even repair itself throughout your life. Mental challenges, from crosswords to learning a few words in Spanish, stimulate the brain, strengthening memory, focus, and problem-solving skills. Studies show that older adults who keep their minds active are less likely to experience serious memory loss, and they tend to be happier and more resilient in the face of life's challenges. The best part? Keeping your mind active doesn't require enrolling in college or mastering chess, unless you want to. There are so many enjoyable, everyday ways to feed your curiosity. You might read a book you've always meant to try, watch a documentary, or listen to a new style of music. Try out a crossword puzzle with your morning coffee, or tackle a jigsaw puzzle on a rainy afternoon. Some seniors find joy in picking up a new hobby, painting, learning to play an instrument, or making bread from scratch. Even chatting with friends, sharing stories, or discussing current events keeps your brain alert and adaptable. Here's a simple way to start. Each day, do one thing that stretches your mind. It might be as easy as reading a newspaper article on a topic you know nothing about, or as playful as teaching yourself a few magic tricks to show the grandkids. If you're tech-savvy, try out one of the many brain game apps available for smartphones and tablets. And remember, learning isn't just about facts and figures. It's about staying open, playful, and engaged with the world. Let me introduce you to Mary, a retired school secretary from Arizona. After her husband passed, Mary found herself spending long days watching TV and feeling increasingly isolated. She noticed she was forgetting more and more words, appointments, even friends' birthdays. One day, a neighbor invited her to join the local library's book club. Hesitant at first, Mary went along. To her surprise, the lively discussions not only pulled her out of her shell, but she found her mind sharper and her memory improving. Encouraged, she started playing Scrabble with her grandchildren and even took a free online course in American history. Mary says her days feel full again, not just with activity, but with genuine curiosity and pride in learning. It's not about perfection. There will still be days when a name escapes you or you forget where you left your coffee mug. That's perfectly normal, no matter your age. What matters is the habit, the practice of inviting your brain to stay active, flexible, and curious. Every new fact you learn, every puzzle you solve, is a gift to your future self. So here's my encouragement. Treat your mind with the same loving attention you give your body. Don't let the old myth that you can't teach an old dog new tricks hold you back. In reality, the human brain craves novelty and stimulation at any age. You are never too old to learn, to question, to discover. Start small if you need to, a crossword, a phone call with an old friend, a new dinner recipe. Let curiosity be your daily companion. Your memories and your sharpness are not behind you. They're still here, ready to be strengthened and celebrated. Every day is a new chance to keep your mind alive. So go ahead, be curious. Ask questions. Try something new. Your future self will thank you, and your days will be brighter for it. Habit 4. Maintain regular social connections. Think back to the best moments of your life. Chances are, they didn't happen alone. Maybe it was the laughter around the dinner table at Thanksgiving, a friendly handshake at the local church, or the joy of holding a grandchild for the very first time. Human connection runs deep in our memories, woven through every milestone, big and small. And yet, as we grow older, it becomes surprisingly easy to drift into isolation, sometimes so gradually, we hardly notice it's happening. Retirement often means less daily contact with coworkers or neighbors. Children move away, friends face their health challenges, and familiar faces at the grocery store or on daily walks might disappear. There are mornings when you might wake up to a quiet house, the phone silent, wondering when you last had a real conversation that wasn't just a quick, "How are you?" Even those surrounded by family can sometimes feel invisible, left out of the fast pace of modern life. It's common to believe that loneliness is simply a part of getting older, or that being on your own is something to get used to. Maybe you've even told yourself, "I don't want to bother anyone," or "People are busy, I'll manage just fine." But what if that assumption is not only untrue, but also quietly undermining your health and happiness? Here's the reality. Social connection is not just a nice extra for a pleasant day, it's essential medicine for your mind and body. Scientific studies have shown that staying connected with others helps boost your immune system, lowers your risk of depression, sharpens your memory, and even extends your life. Regular social engagement can be just as important as eating well or staying physically active. Loneliness and isolation can have health effects equivalent to smoking or obesity. Our brains and hearts are wired for connection. The good news is that connection doesn't have to mean constant parties or a packed calendar. It's the quality of your relationships that matters most. Those genuine, meaningful interactions that lift your spirits and make you feel seen and valued. Whether it's a phone call with an old friend, a weekly coffee date with your neighbor, or sharing stories with your grandchildren, every act of reaching out keeps your mind sharper and your heart lighter. So, how can you make social connection a daily habit, even if circumstances or distance make it difficult? Start by looking for small, regular opportunities. Schedule a phone or video call each week with family or friends. Even a 15-minute chat can make a world of difference. If you use a smartphone or tablet, there are free apps that make connecting face-to-face easy, even across miles. Consider joining a club, church group, or community class. Many senior centers offer everything from bingo nights to walking groups, where friendships grow naturally over shared interests. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 2 below to let me know that you are still here with me. Don't underestimate the value of simple, everyday exchanges, a wave to your mail carrier, a chat with someone at the farmer's market, or even just smiling at a neighbor. These brief moments, when added together, nourish a sense of belonging and purpose. If you're able, volunteering in your community, at a food bank, animal shelter, or school, can open the door to new friendships and add meaning to your days. Let me tell you about Bill, a retired Navy veteran from California. After his wife passed, Bill kept to himself, convinced he was too old to make new friends. Weeks stretched into months, and his world grew smaller. Just the walls of his home and the sound of the television for company. One day, his daughter persuaded him to attend a local veterans' breakfast. Reluctant but curious, Bill went, and was greeted with a warm handshake and an invitation to sit. He found himself swapping stories, laughing, and for the first time in ages, feeling truly connected. The breakfasts became a weekly routine, then grew into afternoons playing cards with new friends. Bill says those social ties gave him back not just joy, but a sense of purpose he thought he'd lost. Maybe you're a little like Bill, wondering if it's worth the effort to reach out, unsure where to begin. It's perfectly normal to feel hesitant, especially if you haven't been social for a while. But remember, the first step is often the hardest, and every connection, no matter how small, counts. If you're worried about starting a conversation, begin by asking a simple question or sharing a memory. Most people are grateful for the company and happy to share in return. So today, let's make a gentle promise to ourselves, to nurture the relationships we already have, and to open the door to new ones, even in small ways. Pick up the phone, send a letter, wave to your neighbor, or say yes to that invitation you've been putting off. You have so much to share, and the world is a brighter place when you do. Social connection is not just about filling time. It's about filling your life with meaning, laughter, and love. The bonds you build today will carry you through tomorrow's challenges and joys alike. Reach out, connect, and remember, you're never truly alone. Every connection, every shared story, is a thread in the beautiful fabric of your life. Habit 5. Get enough sleep and keep a consistent sleep schedule. There's a special kind of quiet that settles over the house late at night. Maybe you're lying in bed, listening to the soft hum of the refrigerator down the hall, or staring at the ceiling as you wait for sleep to come. For many older adults, nighttime brings not just peace, but also frustration. A restless mind, stiff body, or eyes that pop open at 3 a.m., refusing to close again. Perhaps you've found yourself drifting off while reading in your chair during the afternoon, only to toss and turn when it's finally time to rest. If this sounds familiar, you're certainly not alone. It's easy to brush off these sleep struggles as just another part of getting older. You might think, that's just how it is now. Old folks don't sleep as well, or, I guess I don't need as much rest as I used to. But here's a gentle challenge. What if those sleepless nights and drowsy days aren't simply something to accept? What if there's more you can do, and more that good sleep can do for you, than you ever imagined? We often underestimate how vital sleep truly is. It's not just a way to pass the night, but a powerful tool for healing, thinking, and living well. Science shows that consistent, high-quality sleep strengthens your immune system, helps balance your mood, sharpens your memory, and even reduces your risk of heart disease and stroke. While it's true that our sleep patterns change as we age, making it harder to fall or stay asleep, poor sleep doesn't have to be your new normal. Why do sleep problems become more common as we get older? For starters, our bodies naturally make less melatonin, the hormone that helps us feel sleepy. Aches and pains, certain medications, or health conditions can interrupt our rest. Sometimes, our days are less structured, or naps sneak in, making nighttime sleep elusive. But the most important thing to remember is this: you have more power over your sleep than you think. Building healthy sleep habits starts with keeping a steady routine. Our bodies crave rhythm, much like a favorite song or a sunrise. Going to bed and waking up at the same time each day, even on weekends, helps your internal clock stay in sync, making it easier to fall asleep and wake refreshed. Try to wind down at least an hour before bed with calming activities. Dim the lights, turn off the news, and trade scrolling on your phone for listening to gentle music or reading a familiar book. Even a warm shower or cup of herbal tea can signal to your body that it's time to rest. Your sleep environment matters, too. Keep your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet. Think of it as a sanctuary. Comfortable sheets, a good pillow, and even a favorite blanket can make bedtime feel like a treat. If you find yourself lying awake, try not to watch the clock or worry. Instead, get up, do something peaceful in dim light, and return to bed when you feel sleepy. Avoid heavy meals, caffeine, or alcohol late in the day, as these can upset your rest. Let me tell you about Linda, a retired teacher from Vermont. Linda used to be a champion sleeper, but in her 70s, her nights became fractured. She'd fall asleep quickly but wake long before dawn. Exhausted, she found it hard to focus, and her patience grew thin. One day, her granddaughter gently suggested a new bedtime routine: a set time to sleep and wake, no electronics after dinner, and a simple gratitude journal to ease her worries before bed. At first, Linda was skeptical, but she gave it a try. Within weeks, she noticed she was falling asleep more easily and sleeping longer without interruption. Her energy returned, her mood brightened, and she started looking forward to each new day again. Linda's story is a reminder that even small changes can add up to better sleep. If you find yourself napping during the day, try to keep naps short and early. Exposure to natural daylight, even a brief walk outside, can help set your internal clock. If worries keep you awake, writing down your thoughts or practicing slow, deep breathing can quiet a racing mind. Remember, sleep is not a luxury, it's a basic need, just like food or friendship. By treating your sleep with care and intention, you're giving your brain and body the chance to repair, recharge, and support you in everything you love to do. And if you're still struggling, don't hesitate to talk with your doctor. Sometimes underlying health conditions or medications can be adjusted to help you rest better. So tonight, as you slip into bed, take a moment to celebrate this simple act of caring for yourself. Set a gentle routine, create a peaceful space, and allow yourself the gift of true rest. A good night's sleep is one of the kindest things you can do for yourself, today, tomorrow, and for all the days to come. Sleep well, knowing that each restful night brings brighter mornings and more joyful living ahead. Habit 6. Drink enough water every day. If you're like many older adults, drinking water probably isn't something you think about much. After all, most of us spent our younger years gulping water straight from the garden hose on a hot summer day, or cooling off with a tall glass of lemonade after mowing the lawn. But as we get older, life slows down, and so does our thirst. Maybe you find yourself reaching for coffee in the morning and forgetting about water for the rest of the day. Or maybe you sip tea with friends but rarely pour a glass of plain water anymore. It can feel like such a small thing, a glass of water, here or there. But what if I told you this simple habit can quietly transform how you feel, think, and move every single day? It's easy to believe that if you're not thirsty, you must be fine. Many older adults assume their bodies will let them know when they need to drink more. But here's the twist. As we age, our sense of thirst becomes much weaker, meaning our bodies can run low on fluids before we even realize it. And mild dehydration isn't always obvious. It doesn't announce itself with a pounding headache or dramatic dizziness. Sometimes, it's just a dry mouth, a little tiredness, achy muscles, or that foggy feeling when words won't come or you can't quite focus on the crossword puzzle. Science tells us that water is more than just a thirst quencher. It's a lifeline for nearly every system in our bodies. Water cushions our joints, helps our kidneys filter waste, and keeps our skin healthy and supple. Most importantly for older adults, staying hydrated keeps the brain sharp, supports heart health, and helps prevent falls by maintaining good balance and muscle function. Even mild dehydration can make you feel sluggish, confused, or irritable. Over time, not getting enough fluids can lead to more serious problems, like urinary tract infections, kidney stones, or even hospital visits for weakness or confusion. So what can you do? The solution is refreshingly simple. Try to make water your go-to drink throughout the day, not just when you're feeling parched. Most health experts recommend aiming for 6 to 8 cups of fluid daily, but the best guide is your own body. Notice the color of your urine, pale yellow is ideal, and pay attention to how you feel. If you're taking medications or have certain health conditions, your doctor can help you figure out what's right for you. Let's talk about easy ways to work more water into your daily routine. Start your morning with a glass of water before your coffee or tea. Keep a pitcher or water bottle close by in the kitchen, living room, or wherever you spend your time. Sometimes just seeing it will remind you to take a sip. If plain water isn't appealing, try adding a slice of lemon, cucumber, or a few fresh berries for a splash of flavor. Herbal teas or sparkling water are good choices too, as long as they don't add too much caffeine or sugar. Remember, soup, fruit, and vegetables like watermelon, cucumbers, or oranges also count toward your daily hydration. Sometimes, the social aspect helps. Invite a friend for an afternoon water toast, or make it a little ritual to enjoy a cup of water with every meal or snack. If you have trouble remembering, set a timer on your phone or mark off glasses on a notepad throughout the day. Before you know it, these little sips add up to big changes in how you feel. Let me share the story of Robert, a retired farmer from Kansas. For years, Robert brushed off his daughter's reminders to drink more water, saying he didn't feel thirsty and preferred coffee anyway. Gradually, he noticed he was getting more cramps in his legs, felt tired even after a good night's sleep, and sometimes felt dizzy when standing up. One summer, after a mild heat spell, Robert ended up in the hospital with dehydration. The nurses kindly explained how much our bodies depend on water, especially as we get older. From that day on, Robert made a small but steady change. He filled a blue water bottle every morning and made a game of emptying it by evening. Within weeks, his energy picked up, the cramps faded, and even his skin looked healthier. Now, Robert laughs that he's a waterman for life. If you are still watching this video and find these lessons useful, please comment 3 below to let me know that you are still here with me. You don't have to wait for a scare or a hospital visit to give your body the hydration it needs. Think of water as a gentle medicine, one that's free, easy, and always within reach. You deserve to feel alert, steady, and well every day, OT just getting by. Whether you're tending to your garden, enjoying a walk, or simply reading in your favorite chair, make water your loyal companion. So today, I encourage you. Take a moment to pour yourself a glass of water, and let it be a small act of kindness for your future self. Each sip is a simple gift, a way to support your mind, body, and spirit through all the adventures ahead. Staying hydrated isn't just about quenching thirst. It's about living fully, aging gracefully, and making every day a little brighter. Here's to your health, one glass at a time. Habit 7. Cultivate a positive mindset and manage stress. If you've lived through enough seasons, you know that life always brings its share of ups and downs. There are days filled with laughter, a family barbecue in the backyard, a new great-grandchild's first steps, or the simple pleasure of seeing the daffodils bloom in spring. But there are also the days that feel heavier. A friend moves away, aches and pains linger, or worries creep in late at night and make it hard to rest. No matter how strong or resilient you've been, stress and sadness can sometimes sneak in and cast a shadow over your golden years. It's easy to think that stress and a low mood are just facts of life, especially as we age and face new challenges. Maybe you found yourself saying, "It's just my age," or "Everyone feels this way sometimes." But what if I told you that nurturing a positive outlook, even in small ways, could help you weather life's storms, feel healthier, and bring joy back into your daily routines? You might be surprised to know that scientists have been studying the power of attitude for decades, and the results are both encouraging and inspiring. Research shows that older adults who actively cultivate a positive mindset and learn to manage stress are not only happier, they're physically healthier too. They tend to have stronger immune systems, lower risk of heart disease, better memory, and even live longer. It's not about pretending everything is perfect or ignoring real struggles. It's about noticing the good, finding meaning in the little things, and building habits that help you recover from setbacks. But how do you do this? The first step is to gently notice your thoughts and feelings, without judgment. When worries or frustration come up, try to treat yourself with the same compassion you'd offer a dear friend. Sometimes, just saying to yourself, "This is a tough moment, but I've gotten through worse," can bring comfort. Practicing gratitude is a powerful way to shift focus. Each day, jot down or simply reflect on 3 things that brought a smile. Maybe the sun on your face, a good cup of coffee, or a phone call from an old friend. Stress can feel overwhelming, but it doesn't have to control your days. Simple techniques, like slow, deep breathing, gentle stretching, or a few minutes of quiet meditation, can calm your mind and help you feel centered. Even the act of stepping outside, listening to the birds, or digging your hands in the garden soil can bring a sense of peace. For some, faith or spiritual practice provides a well of strength and comfort. Others find relief in music, creative hobbies, or connecting with loved ones. Let me tell you about Evelyn, a retired nurse from Maine. When her husband passed away, Evelyn found herself weighed down by grief and worry. She lost interest in the things she once loved and felt isolated from her community. One day, her church group invited her to join their weekly gratitude circle. At first, Evelyn was hesitant. How could she be grateful when her heart felt so heavy? But she went, and as each person shared something positive from their week, she felt a little warmth return. Inspired, Evelyn began keeping a small notebook by her bed. Each night, she wrote down a few bright spots from her day. Slowly, the fog of sadness began to lift. She still missed her husband dearly, but she found comfort in the kindness of friends, the joy of her garden, and even the silly antics of her neighbor's dog. Evelyn's journey isn't about ignoring pain or pretending to be happy all the time. It's about honoring your feelings while also letting yourself see the hope and possibility in each new day. When challenges arise, and they will, it's okay to ask for help. Reach out to a friend, counselor, or faith leader. Sometimes, just talking things through can lighten the burden. The world can feel overwhelming at times, but you have already overcome so much. Your strength isn't just in your muscles or your memory. It's in your spirit, your wisdom, and your willingness to keep moving forward. Every act of kindness, to yourself and others, nourishes that spirit. So today, I invite you to take a small step toward a lighter heart. Start a gratitude journal, take 3 deep breaths when stress creeps in, or call someone who always makes you smile. Remember, a positive mindset is like a garden. It grows with a bit of care each day. Some days are sunnier than others, but every effort counts. You deserve joy, peace, and connection at every stage of life. Your best years aren't just behind you, they're blooming all around you, ready to be embraced. Nurture hope, be gentle with yourself, and trust that every new morning brings another chance for happiness. Life will always have its storms, but with the right mindset, you'll find plenty of rainbows too. As we come to the end of our journey through these 7 simple habits, I hope you feel a renewed sense of possibility and hope. Each of these habits, starting your day with gentle movement, choosing nourishing foods, keeping your mind curious, staying connected with others, prioritizing restful sleep, drinking enough water, and cultivating a positive mindset, are small steps that add up to a big difference in your health, happiness, and quality of life. Remember, aging isn't about slowing down or giving up on the things that make life meaningful. It's about adapting, caring for yourself with kindness, and embracing the wisdom you've gathered along the way. These habits aren't chores or strict rules. They're gentle invitations to live each day with more energy, clarity, and joy. You have the power to shape your days, to nurture your body and mind, and to build connections that warm your heart. It's never too late to start. Maybe today you take a short walk, try a new recipe, or call a friend you haven't spoken to in a while. Maybe you take a moment to breathe deeply and set a positive intention for the day ahead. I encourage you to share one thing you've learned from this video in the comments below. What small change will you bring into your daily routine? Your story might just inspire someone else on this same path. Thank you for spending this time with me. If you found this video helpful, please like, share, and subscribe so we can continue supporting each other in living well at every age. Here's to your health, your happiness, and all the beautiful days ahead. Take care, and see you in the next video.